Okay, this is our last video. We are going to do the Roman numeral analysis now. Now that we have all of our chords, I'm going to go through, and I know for some of you you're going to hate that I'm erasing this, but we have determined all of our chord qualities, and now we are going to write the Roman numerals. So I wouldn't normally want these in between the staff, but in this case I don't have a lot of room. Unlike our test where I've left room for this, there really isn't any room for this on this little practice sheet. So here we go. This is where our matrix can come in handy. We know that when we have the root of the chord, we know what Roman numeral it is. So we have our F is going to be 1, G is minor 2, A, which I don't think we have in here, is minor 3, B flat is our major 4, C is our major 5, D is our minor 6, and E is our diminished 7. And some of these, of course, are going to have some 7 chords on there. We'll talk about those when we get there. But first off, we've got an F root position, just a 1. Our G, we said, was minor 2. For right now, we could just put 2, 7. What this would be in real life, like when you get to theory 2, you're going to mark that when it is called a first inversion, it's going to be a 6, 5. But again, we didn't go over that. This is just for funsies, and you will need to know it later, but there you go. That's our inversion symbol. We have a root position 1, a root position 5, root position 1. Same thing as before, but this time it's a triad. We have G minor triad in first inversion. Now we know that, so we can put 2, 6, or 2, 6, 3. Right? Because we went over the inversion symbols for triads. Then we have F, A. That's another first inversion. We have our first, we have a major 1 chord in first inversion. Then we have our diminished 7 in first inversion. So that's a 6 or 6, 3. Root position 1. Root position 5. Now, 5, 7, you can, in this case, just put 5, 7. But again, with the 7th in the base, it's a 4, 2. Again, we didn't teach that. I'm just putting it there as extra. When we do our 7th chord inversions, root is just, you put 7 next to it. First inversion, you put 6, 5. Second inversion, when the 5th is on the bottom, you put 4, 3. And third inversion, when the 7th is on the bottom, you put 4, 2. So that's just some extra info for you if you would like to use it. You will need to know it next year for sure. All right, now we've got a 1 in first inversion, so 1, 6, root position 1. We've got a B flat, which is our 4 chord, but it's in first inversion, 6. Then we have just regular B flat, root position 1, root position 1, root position 5. We really don't need to mark this again, but we can, root position 5, root position 6, root position 6, root position 4, root position 1, root position 5. This got pretty easy towards the end. These are all root position. Okay, then let's see. We've got our last line. We have root position 6, 1 in a first inversion, 1 in a second inversion. That's a 6, 4. And then we have a 5, 7. This is root position, so you could totally put that. And a 1. So there are our Roman numerals that we would put there. Now on the test, if it's a root position 7 chord, so let's see, let's look at this little guy right here, the second to last chord, this C7 in root position, I would expect you to mark 5, 7 there, right? I would expect you to mark that because you know the inversion symbol for it. Now, when it's one of these, a 6, 5, a 4, 3, or 4, 2, I'm not going to expect you to mark that on the test because we didn't go over it. If you want to, great, bonus point for you, but it's not necessary, it's not required. And I've actually taken out the blanks for non-root position 7th chords on there, so you don't have to mark them. But if it's root position, I've left the blank there so that you could mark 5/7 or 2/7 or whatever it might be. Okay, fantastic. That's it. Those are our Roman numerals.